Well, hello, and welcome to the next session of the Dungenerates. I'm James Boyd, the GM of this session, and I'll pass it around to have all the other players introduce themselves once again. We'll start off with Ben.
Awesome. Once again, I am Ben. My character, Tefram Kukhem, the Fetchling Shadow Dancer, is still not dead, so he's back again for another session. Let's fucking go.
Yes, they definitely survived, which is awesome. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to Mina.
Hi, I'm Mina Sanuki, and I'm playing a catfolk sorcerer named Mana Karu. She does random surprises in games, so hopefully you are entertained by her craziness.
All right. Over to Spectre or Robin.
Hi, you might know me as Sparkly NPC. However, I'm playing Asher of House Argonax, a kobold, white of skin and blue of eyes, because cold is my theme. Also, he's a rogue, which means quite sneaky. And, well, we have to still see some of that, but it's gonna be great.
Awesome. And Adam.
I'm playing Lo, a Twilight Halfling Oracle who sees the future.
So if you haven't had a chance to see session 1, it's up on Roll to Roll's YouTube channel, and this character Lo is definitely someone interesting, I'll say. All right, Philip.
Hi, I'm Philip. I have been playing a amnesiac monk who has decided to go by Jack for the time being. And I mean, the last time there were a lot of us on the ground, so I don't feel bad. But thank goodness to Lo. I don't know if he saw it in the future or just got lucky, but it was good to have him there.
Yes, it was definitely an interesting time. Does anyone have any comments regarding the last session before we begin?
We did it!
That big mechanical monster looks creepy.
That it does.
So, while Mana was down, she was actually going on an adventure of her own. So, just kidding. She almost died.
I mean,
She was
Don't go
going
into
towards
the
the light.
It was a little spiritual side quest,
Yes.
I would say. Yeah.
Felt like it took about 2 years, but in reality, it took like, what, 5 seconds?
Yeah, clearly.
I mean, all I can think of is that we're really gearing up for a good time here.
Oh.
You did.
And that'll be my one good contribution to this entire night.
Well, just so you know, I really dig the puns, so you will probably get some special things along the way tonight.
Beautiful. Listening to my roommate boo my great puns. You don't know what you're talking about, bud.
Hey, the puns are the best.
Exactly. Pinnacle of humor.
All right. Well, I am going to take you back to town.
Yeah. Because we got the gears.
Yes.
Means this mission is actually done. Right?
Well,
Once we turn them in, I suppose.
yeah, there's a couple extra steps that you need to take before that, so.
It's a good thing we had that wagon with us,
Yeah.
so we don't have to roll the gears back to town.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. So you're all back in, I said Numu Vanki. There we go. And you came back from the wreckage, back into town. You've had plenty of time to heal up along the way, and you guys look worse for wear right about now. So what do you plan on doing as soon as you get into town?
Let's get paid.
Going for a nap.
And that's
Getting
both of them are
gears
valid.
turned in is probably not a bad idea.
I agree. I need to rest. And I have blood all over. I don't think I want the patrons to see me like this.
No, that makes perfect sense. So you all, who's going where? Are you all going back to Tuario's so that you can turn in the gears and get paid, or are you guys going to kind of split up and do your own thing?
Well, I definitely would get paid because I don't quite know these people, so I don't know if they're going to actually give me my share properly. So I'm like, we should all just head on over there.
Yeah.
Let's get this
That's
over
fair.
with.
Yes.
Before someone steals it.
Ah, yes.
That-
Perhaps getting paid would be a good idea.
You always sleep better after a good paid day.
Yes, because you can afford a better bed.
What type of mattresses have you guys been sleeping on?
Hey,
I sleep in the box.
Sure.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. So you guys all arrive at Tuario's place, and Tuario comes out to greet you, and he's like, "You actually succeeded?"
Don't
Yeah,
sound so
Understand why you
surprised.
doubted us.
Oh no, I never doubted you. But you could tell his body language doesn't really tell the whole story. He is truly, very surprised that it worked out, because you've only heard, well, one person, and this is really more directed at Lowe. You heard about one group of adventurers going out there, but there have been many that have gone out there. And there have been reports that scavengers have been there pulling parts from this large metallic beast that weren't necessarily what you encountered there. So word has spread throughout the lands that this has crashed there, and lots of different groups are raiding it to pull different parts from it.
Perhaps we were lucky enough to show up when least powerful adversaries were present.
That is absolutely correct. Because it could have been a lot worse. Which it wouldn't have been, because, you're first level. But, if you return back there around 6th level, it will be a little different.
we
We'll
will
just
face
say.
a lich.
What random good luck we had.
So he is super stoked. How many of those gears did you get by chance? Because I know there was a couple that was visible. Did you grab any extras?
I don't know. How many were we told to get?
He said one, but if you were to get extras, then that's fine as
We
well.
just grabbed a bunch. We didn't count.
Why not a D6 worth?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
One
decent
That
plus
actually-
one.
D6 worth.
Yeah,
That actually sounds good.
that's how many fit in the cart.
So, perfect.
So 4.
So that's what you guys brought.
We hand him one,
Excellent.
eat the rest.
And he is extremely excited. And oddly, just like when that old prospector, bites his coin to see if it's true gold, he does the same thing, and you're like, what the hell are you doing? But he does it nonetheless. And he's like, well, I heard that this is what you're supposed to do to find out if it's authentic or not. As you could tell, Tuario's not necessarily the brightest, but he makes up for it in hospitality.
Well, I think we only have one thing left to worry about, right?
Yep. And he goes, here is your pay. And thank you very much. This is going to help the town quite a bit. And
Now,
Thank you.
I was told that there would be a parade or some other form of celebration for us for this.
well, that'll
When
be
does that
later
start?
tonight. That'll be later tonight. So come back here around dusk, and we will have a party for everyone.
Brilliant.
And you take off with your and I believe, how much gold did he promise before?
Oh,
It was
at
like
least 20
850.
apiece.
I think it was about 10 gold. Nice try. But let's let the fates decide. He is going to give you... He's going to give you 20 gold pieces each for it. Which is probably more than what he mentioned before. But after he received it, and it was...
Extra gears.
Yeah, and it was something more than he was expecting. He is super excited. Give me, everyone give me a perception check.
Oh, sorry. Wow.
How perceptive was I?
How perceptive were you?
I'm too busy biting the gold to make sure it's real.
Yeah, you're like, damn, this is really good. He's so right. You got to bite on it to know. So,
Got a gnaw on it.
so Tefron, you actually, you're sitting there, you're ready for the party, dancing, and then you look, and then you're like, you look over and you see his wife, and she looks extremely concerned. But, that's about it. She just looks concerned or worried, but she's not really talking or anything. She's still, making, food and stuff, because she makes a lot of baking goods that she takes over to the tavern for selling.
Now, is it bacon goods, like as in like bacon, or baking goods? I'm curious.
We will say that it is, because now I'm gonna make it as random as possible. It's bacon goods, so strips of big bacon.
Tefram starts to sniff the air. Bacon.
Do you like bacon?
Tefram loves bacon.
And she kind of lights up and it's like, here, and she hands like a basket of her bacon muffins. They're like a cornbread bacon muffin, and hands it to you for the whole party.
I'm immediately just going to shove 3 right into my mouth.
That makes sense.
How delicious are they?
They are pretty delicious. Like on the scale of
Are you sure?
1 to possibly orgasmic, it's right below the Big O. So
So a 9.
so a 9. I guess I should have just said a 9. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I was going
Low
to...
takes a step back away from Pepper.
He's like,
Tefram,
oh.
I was going to speak to Twario's wife about why she seems so concerned and kind of anxious. But at this point, I have just slid onto the ground and I am just on my ass, shoving bacon muffins into my face.
You're like, these are so good. And she mentions, yeah, the farmer right across the way, and we get corn from him. And it's really good corn.
Oh yeah.
Good to see
Delicious.
you.
You guys kind of look
Wait.
at each other. Yeah, we took some of that corn.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. So, is there anything else that you guys want to do here before moving on to rest or anything else?
No, I'm good.
Rest and recuperation sounds good.
That it does.
I mean, Low really didn't get hit, didn't get hurt, so he's just gonna meander around town and see kind of what he can pick up. Listen to what
Must
people
have
are
been
talking
nice.
I know. Yeah, Lowe,
He's
man,
feeling.
he helped you guys. I mean, everyone did a damn good job. Just the dice didn't go in everyone's favor.
Yeah. They could have gone way quicker.
Go take a nap.
All right.
Thank you, everyone, for defending me and saving me. And I hope to see you all in the morning. I'm gonna go rest.
You got to be awake for the parade tonight. So just go take a nap and then we get to see the parade.
Oh,
Good call.
Yeah, you have probably a good, 8 hours before the parade and celebration begins.
okay.
Well,
I'll be ready by then.
All right.
plenty of
So-
time.
So, Lo, what are you going to do?
Just going around town, kind of being sneaking around town, maybe talking to a couple people, just to get the rumors that are about.
So you're making your way downtown, walking
Yep.
fast? Yeah.
Fading
Faces
fast.
Yep. Gotcha. All right. So,
Not homebound.
okay. Understood. So, as you're doing this, go ahead and give me... Because which areas are you going to be walking around? Are you going to walk around the entire town? Which may take you a good, couple hours.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, if I've got 8 hours, I gotta figure out what's going on.
Okay. All right. Well, then give me 5 perception checks, and it'll be based on certain areas I'm looking at.
I'm just going to pause the game real quick because I just looked at the chat. Did someone
Yeah.
curse me so I have to roll twice for everything for the rest of the session?
What? What the hell? That is fantastic. Who did that?
Son of a bitch!
Cody.
That's a thing?
I did not know that was a
Oh,
thing.
Yeah,
I
if you
wasn't aware of that either, but Cody, you are the worst.
yeah,
Then
yeah.
you'd also get 1 inspiration, so you just have a normal roll.
Oh my god.
Yes, it is a thing.
Wow, those are brand
I
new.
guess in a random game, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's basically because of the 50k. If they have 50k worth of channel points. Yeah. I've seen it go the
And-
other way where it wasn't a curse and it actually was a buff, but yeah, awesome.
Look how consistent I was with those rolls.
Yeah, I will accept my curse, and Cody, I will say the next time I GM a game that you are a player, and there will be multiple boulders dropping on you.
I hope you brought your hard hat. That's not going to help. That's not going to help at all. All right, so
said to curse his blade eventually.
yeah, wow. That is actually quite remarkable. So,
Yeah, 3 13s.
so
Oh,
you hear, so I'm basically going to say that you heard a lot of rumors, and some of it may be true, some of it may just be garbage. You don't know.
Rumors.
So,
You mean I heard rumors?
yes, lots of it. Some of it, though, it may be specifically true. Others may not be. So one of the things that you heard through some of your walking around town was something about some knight that is able to wield a weapon in such a way that he can actually hit you without you being next to them. And it's not a ranged weapon. It's just something that this knight can do, and it's terrifying. That's what a couple of people you overheard talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's like, I've actually watched, and one of the guys said, oh, yeah, I actually watched him destroy a whole village. And you're like, one man just walked in there and destroyed a whole village? All right. And the other guy just is like, you're full of shit. I don't believe you. The next rumor
What's his
that
name,
you...
Rambo?
It is not Rambo. But there may be an opportunity to get a description of him later, so we will see. Then the next rumor that you heard was regarding some bird people that are in dire need of assistance. They have a lot of evil undead that's plaguing them, and they're at wit's end. The other rumor that you've come across was regarding some pleasantly toyful, nice youthful toys that came to life and killed a bunch of people.
In this town?
Not in this
Or in
town.
another town?
They're just talking about it. So you don't know if it's in this town or if it's in another town. They didn't mention the name. Now keep in mind, this story you overheard people that are drunk and just kind of passed out and roaming around town. So take that could be truth.
Those are the ones that are the most true.
Yeah. So, and lastly, you overheard someone talking about a great reckoning, but there was nothing much mentioned about it. They didn't go into any detail. You just saw that the other person that they were talking to kind of got extremely scared and just kind of stopped talking altogether and walked away.
Sounds good.
All right.
I would
Go ahead.
like to ask at the tavern about a healer, because I think I'm rather injured, and want to see about getting my bones reset or whatever needs being done.
Okay. Are you interested in of magical persuasion or something that's a little bit more, scientific medicine?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'd like to be healed, please.
All right. Why don't you go over to right here.
I don't know if I remember much about it, but...
So, you go here, and the gentleman there will be able to assist you.
Well, I head over there to see what this gentleman can do for my pains.
All right. So as you walk in, you notice a couple things. You notice that it's very kind of bright and vibrant, and it looks like the walls are actually moving, but not
moving.
moving. But it's not like it's alive. It's more like there's like a magical surge in this area.
Okay.
So you walk up to the counter, and you see, a receptionist sitting there, and he's like, "Hey, how can I help you?"
I'm injured. I was out with a group, and we went and got some of them gears for Twario. Our healer was able to get me back to moving, but still kind of injured.
So you're one of the heroes that went out to the east to get our magical gear.
Yes.
All right. Please fill out these forms, and the doctor will be right with you. And of course, the first one says name.
I look at the forms and I just stare at them for half of an hour, trying to remember anything.
All right, sir. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. And
you want a deception check?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna. I don't lie, but I definitely shy away from the paperwork. I don't want to. Maybe I should go see someone else.
No, we'll take care of you. Don't worry about it.
Maybe I'll just heal on my own.
And then he just says, unknown hero, got us the gear, forget everything else. And he goes, okay, I took care of it. Go ahead into room number 1. And he kind of escorts you to that room. Shortly after that, you see a short halfling kind of roam in, and he's like, "Hey, what seems to be the trouble?"
Little busted up here. Got beat up by got hacked into by some goblins.
Ah, well, sometimes these goblins are a pain in the ass, and sometimes they're my best friend. So, let me go ahead and give you some magical healing. Magical healing. And you notice that he's not a traditional like cleric, and you notice that he has instruments. So, yeah, he's a bard that focuses more on the healing side of things. So, and likes to sing tunes and stuff while he's healing you. Are you running away?
No.
You're like, nope.
I'm not sure about the guy, but
You're like, nope, I'm not doing this. So he puts his hands
up. I look at him skeptically.
And he puts his hands on you, and you see it glow, and you feel like just revived and feel like you just woke up.
Well, I think I feel better. Thank you.
Hey, it's not a problem. Don't forget to tell your friends about good old, Jack Sampson.
Jack Sampson?
Yeah.
The halfling healer.
Yeah.
I'll try and remember that name.
All right, cool. Let me know if you need anything else.
Do I owe you anything?
No, you don't owe me anything because I found out that you're helping out Twario, and that poor bastard owes me some money. So, nah, I'll just collect it from him.
Alrighty then.
And then you're on your way, feeling way better, although it was kind of a weird, odd transaction there.
Certainly.
All right. Asher, what are you doing?
Having a drink and sleeping, because I want that rest as well. And I'll be awake for the event.
Okay. All right. Tefram, what are you doing right now?
I am. I'm tired, but the talk of this festival, of this party, has got me very curious what the town's preparations and decorations look like. So I'm definitely wandering around towards the town square just to see what's going on, what everyone's doing, and it helps set up.
Awesome. All right. So you're relaxing, excited with anticipation. We're going to go over to Mana right now. Mana, who's resting, are you inside the box right now?
I am indeed inside the box. I'm curled up and I'm taking a little cat nap.
All right. So as you're taking your cat nap, you start to dream. And you kind of have like a quick flashback before the events of going through the portal that led you here. And the water is splashing up. It's just dangerous. People are being flipped off the side of the ship with waves crashing down on top of the deck. And you see your father, trying to get, all of his sailors, to get everything, battened down and, secured enough that they could ride out the storm. And as you turn around and you look at him, you look into his eyes from afar, and you see a sword go right through his back and out his chest. And then you wake up.
I was going to scream right now, but...
Yeah. Well, we can say that it's muffled because you're inside a
Yes.
box.
So there's a muffled scream that comes out of the box. It's like, Father! And she lifts or throws the lid up and she crawls out because eventually she realized she was just dreaming. But she's crying, and she gets out of the box and just sits on the bed and weeps for a little bit, and then slowly falls back to bed.
All right. All right. So
that's
now what we'll do is we'll kind of fast forward in time. It's about 30 minutes before the festivities are going to kick off. Everyone's kind of waking up and had their nice long rest. And do you guys head down to the tavern before everything gets started?
Yep. Sure do.
and get ready.
Absolutely.
All right.
Make sure there's no blood on me.
I would think that that you've already gone ahead and also cleaned up and stuff besides just resting. So, yeah, everyone should be good to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. That was a good idea.
Yeah, everyone around town is extremely happy for what you've done. And so, you know, they're already prepping. You see, like, tons and tons of barrels of booze. You see, like, tons of spits, you know, with roasted boar. You know, they're walking through the town getting set up. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a big festive evening for you. So what are you guys doing right now?
I'd like to try to hoard barrels of unattended booze.
You want to actually find out what's in those barrels?
Yeah, I'd take one for myself.
All right. If you're going to do that, I need a thievery check.
Okay. I mean, I've got to start getting some kind of hoard going as a dragon-like being. I guess.
You might want to leave that alone.
And then he turned. It's like the barkeeper's like, you know, when it's all said and done, if you want the remainder of this barrel, you can have it, but not until after the festivities are concluded. Does that seem fair?
All right.
All right, excellent. Yeah,
This is
because
surplus, isn't it?
What's that?
This is surplus. Leftover.
Hey, I will let you know that this is still mighty fine wine.
Wine. You can keep the wine. We're looking for rum.
Well, you would have to definitely do some digging to find out which barrels had rum or whiskey or anything like that, but a good majority of these are actual wine.
That's fine. When does it start? Or where do we need to go? I'm not sure.
So, literally, whenever it starts, you can just be right here. The parade is going to literally start here, go right here, and then end at the end of the street.
And at the end of the street, is that like where like the partying will happen?
Yeah, actually, so there's a little vineyard that's right here. Actually, let me scroll down for you. Little vineyard. Oh, crap. Come on. I want to ping. Right here. So you can actually hang out there, talk to the locals, and just have fun.
Well, what Lowe's going to do is he's going to do the full setup of his tent and his cart.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. So he sets it all up, the tent's up, and he's ready to make some money.
Gotcha. Lowe's always thinking.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it starts to get dark around town. The lanterns are being lit throughout the town roadway and on some of the buildings. And then you hear snare drums just, and you see soldiers marching, along the road, and people are dancing with flags, and you see pyrotechnics just being thrown through the air by alchemists, and lots of music. And what do you guys start doing? I know Tefram is probably going to start dancing and maybe even join in the party.
Of course.
All right. Well, Tefram, go ahead and give me a couple rolls for. Man, I'm having a brain fart.
All right.
Performance. Thank you.
How many do you want me to make? Because I need to make a second one for all of these because of this fucking curse.
That's true. So I was going to have. It's going to be 3. So go ahead and do 6.
6 rolls.
Oh,
God, that's upsetting.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
only at 20. Yeah, really upset.
I know.
Yeah, but come on. When there's a nat 20.
I know.
It could have
I
been
know.
a nat 1 with it.
True. All right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
check 2.
All right.
That was a
last one,
series
not
of
so
really
good,
fucking good rolls until that 7.
Yeah, and that's all right. So, they pretty much ignore the last one, and they're super stoked of you performing. It's almost like you picked up their routine just watching them for the first couple of minutes and joined in with them. And they literally have given you, so to speak, street cred. So, as you've been performing down the street.
Awesome.
mark it off on your character sheet. It's important.
It is, because what's going to happen is anytime you're, especially around this town, you'll actually get a +1 to your society checks. So,
Sweet. That
because
is
these
good.
people, yeah, they really like you. What's everyone else doing?
Trying out all the booze, see which one is run. Try to keep it in the back so nobody takes it.
All right. Well, if you're going to partake, let's say that there's roughly probably 20 barrels. Are you going to now give?
Sip every one of them. Well,
Okay. Now, if you wait a little bit longer, they'll be set up and they'll actually have signs on them. So, do you want to sip every one of them, or do you want to go ahead and do it now?
I wouldn't know they would have labels on them.
No.
I
Okay.
couldn't know that beforehand.
Okay,
So I'm
that's
gonna
true.
do it.
All right. So,
What would you like me to roll, or is there no?
yeah, I'm gonna have to have you roll some fortitude. So go ahead and give me 4 of them. So by the last one, the 20th barrel or so, you think it's the 20th one, the last one. You think that they all taste like wine by that time.
This is nothing. This is outrageous. Dude, serves this crap. Ah,
And
I give up.
understood. But you could tell the right here at the winery, they're looking at you like, this is not crap. This is really good wine. And it's like, all right, he's drunk. And they kind of just,
He's a lizard.
what about you? So, Lo, you're actually camped out down here, right?
Yeah, I mean, to give everybody like an idea, while I think Tefram got, he got his extra gold and made it so his weapon was magical and everything. I spent money on like a fine harrow deck, a harrow mat, a 4-person tent, this cart, a dog, all stuff that's very useful in combat.
Nice.
So there's this like purple like with like gold siding, like tent. I spent extra to make the cart and everything good. So I'm like, and I throw an extra 10. So it's all
Nice.
set up to make people feel welcome and get them to come in the tent. So that way they I can tell their prophecies and tell them what's going to happen to them.
Excellent. That is actually a great.
Setting up a booth.
Yeah, basically that's what he's doing. Oh,
I mean,
the traveling oracle. Let me tell you your future. Nice. So, Mana, what are you up to?
Well, then this is actually a perfect time to search for my father to see if he's in the crowd or if any of the other sailors were, I don't know, shipwrecked here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the top of the parade, and
Okay.
I'm going to work my way down and asking people if they have seen another catfolk like me, walking around with also red hair, with black stripes.
And as you walk through, go ahead and roll me a couple of diplomacy checks. Because are you asking the people that are in
town?
In town? Okay, the crowd. Okay, so as you're going through and talking to, they realize that you're one of the adventurers that have kind of saved their butts. So yeah, they're willing to talk to you about it, and you've probably talked to about 20 different people or groups of people in different areas, and no one has seen any other catfolk, at least in this town. They know that there's actually communities that have, within Gia that have a lot more catfolk, but just not in this town.
After my defeat and asking the people, I'm going to work my way down to Teflon's art
Postcard.
setup,
Okay.
and I'm going to ask him if he knows the whereabouts of my father, because he's a seer.
Okay.
oh, you mean
Yeah, he's coming to low.
Or
Yeah.
low, not Teflon, low, sorry.
Yeah. So,
Ephraim doesn't know a lot about most things.
but he knows how to cut a rug and bust a groove.
He's,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he can pop, lock, and drop.
Yes, he can.
all at the same
I
time.
was like,
oddly
oh,
enough.
sorry, Teflon, I meant to look for low. Do you know where he's at?
Well, there's a line. Let's be clear. So unfortunately, you have to wait in line.
I'm going to work my way up using my feline diplomacy.
Nice.
Can I go first, please? Excuse me, can I go first, please? I'm looking for my father. He's shipwrecked. Hello, can I go first, please?
Go ahead and give me another diplomacy check.
It's gonna be 1.
Well, not that one. That one was for when you were talking. So, okay. They actually half of the people allow you to move up, but there's probably about 3 ahead of you, and they're like, no, this is really important, and so you're kind of fourth in line.
Okay.
But it goes pretty quick. I'm pretty sure Lowe doesn't keep them, in there for too long.
No, you guys are pretty quick. For the right price, they get a full-on Harrow reading.
Mm-hmm.
But that's good money.
All right. Well, before we get to that, I'm going to switch back over to Unknown, to Jack. What are you doing right now?
Yeah, pretty much. Jack is just wandering around town. Not really. I mean, he's looking for some kind of clue, but being that he's not from this land, he's not finding any clues. And he's not really a party goer. So he's he's kind of avoiding the merriment and the explosions from the pyrotechnics and stuff. He kind of stays away from that. He kind of makes his way into alleys and peeks out and sees what's going on, but he's kind of just, again, wandering around and just observing everything that's going on.
Okay. While you're kind of, entranced with all the things going on, you kind of have a slight headache, and you kind of remember something. You remember chasing someone on the deck of a ship during a storm, and while you're chasing them, you actually you're not carrying any weapons at the time, and you run to punch someone. And as you punch them, the sword that person is holding goes through a captain. And then you kind of snap out of it.
At that point, I'm probably deep in an alley, holding my head, leaning against the wall, probably away from things, or trying to be away from things.
Yeah, probably right in here is probably the best place for you to kind of hang out. It's usually quiet in there. It's kind of like I won't say the back alley, but it's kind of like on the back side of most of the buildings. And, they'll take their garbage out there. Some people have dogs that are chained up out there. But it's actually pretty peaceful back there. All right, let's go ahead and go back to Lo. So Lo has already talked to the three that were in line, and Mana, you go ahead and enter his tent.
Push back the curtains and I entered. Oh, it's you, Lord. Hi. I figured you were here.
My name is on the sign.
Yes, I didn't read the sign. I just came to see a seer. And here you are. Did you know I was coming?
Oh, yes.
So,
I like it.
Wait.
you know what I'm here for then?
He looks down. Like you're looking for someone.
Okay. Keep going.
That's why you're here.
Well, where is it? There's someone. Do you know?
Do you have something of his on you?
Of course. She reaches into her pouch and pulls out a little whistle. It's a call thing. I don't know what it's called. It's my father used it to signal other ships nearby. And put it on the table.
Okay. He'll start, he'll light like an extra candle. It's like, if you don't mind, just sit right over there on the carpet.
Okay. Now go sit down, cross-legged.
Close your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts he like looks and he starts talking in halfling. And I'm gonna do a perception to see just to see if she like shows anything, like if she's understanding what he's saying.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a legit thing that you can do, but like just to see. if she's.
So with that, you will definitely, if she knows it, you know that she knows it. You'll see her mannerisms, and Mana, do you actually? I don't believe you do speak
No,
half.
I only I speak only. No, I don't.
So you definitely know that she doesn't understand what you're saying.
Okay. What he'll do is at that he'll also he'll use he has a dancing light cantrip, so he's gonna, as her eyes are closed, he's gonna have the lights kind of go back and forth, kind of in front of her,
Okay.
just to kind of mess with her like eyesight a little bit, you know. He says, and then he'll change. He's like, I don't see. I don't know. Are you sure that your father has made it to this land?
Don't know. That's why I'm searching.
You know, unfortunately, sometimes my visions are foggy or unclear.
And Lo, right now, you get this sharp pain in your head, and you see a knight impaling a captain of a ship during a storm, and you see unknown running up to try to attack that knight, and then you snap back.
I'm like,
What was that?
I'm sorry, what?
You look different for a second there. That's new.
I see. Well, you know, like I said, sometimes things come quickly, and then he'll drop on the ground. He's like, "Oh,
Are you okay?"
it just
And
came
she
quick."
rushes to him to like try to help him up.
I see. I saw darkness.
Yes.
No,
Mr.
it's
No,
more of a
no.
creature, a knight. Do you know anything about a knight?
I dreamed about something last night.
Did it?
It's...
Were you attacked on a boat?
No, not me.
Well, I mean, were you on a boat?
Yes, me and my whole entire crew was on the ship.
I see. I saw. I saw maybe your father getting attacked.
Are you able to enter my dream, sir?
No, I don't enter dreams.
That's the dream I had recently.
Unfortunately, it's unclear where to go from here.
Was the person stabbing with the sword?
Yes, but like, not, but from a distance.
I don't understand it.
And did you come with Jack? Did Jack travel with you?
I kind of felt like he was a stowaway. I don't know.
The answer might be in finding more about Jack. That's what I'm getting. I think he has your answers.
I feel like my father is in great danger. Right, I will go look for Jack. Thank you so much, Lo. And she kind of hugs him a little bit, and then gets up, and then walks out.
He's like, as she's on his way, he goes, and he puts his hand up.
Oh, she didn't even see him do that, and she kept going.
He's like, man.
Deuces. She leaves.
Should have got paid up front.
Wow.
And she hurries out to look for Jack.
That's awesome. So,
And at that point, he reaches into the pouch, and he takes one because he has a pouch. He takes an extra gold from the one pouch and puts it into another pouch. He's like, I always get paid
That is fantastic.
because he has the loot from the from the fight.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
She has like nobody on her.
Oh my god.
He was gonna separate it, and now he's like, oh well, I'll make sure to get my part of hers.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. All right. So, as you guys are partying and having a good time, doing your fortune telling and all that good jazz, you see right around here, and here, they actually have a great pyrotechnics setup, and you see dragons in the sky. Like some of their like a giant sea turtle, kind of floating through the air, and it's just magical. It doesn't even look like what we consider fireworks. They're actually controlling it. So you see different wizards and magic users just kind of moving their hands, and you can see them just dancing around in the sky, and kids are having a blast. Everyone's getting fat and happy. Then I'm going to group you guys together. You hear a loud crash.
Crash.
Yes. Like one of the stores over here is being ransacked, and people start to run back into their houses.
Like, is this crash like an explosion? Thunder?
It is like
Crash?
a little bit of both. So you know that whoever, they were trying to celebrate, but someone with magic and, possibly brute force is destroying this storefront. And I'm going to move you guys over to another map to simulate. Yeah, I know.
Since I'm like next to Asher, I am going to like run by, grab his hand as we like run towards the sound. I don't know how Asher's going to deal with that.
I'm going to follow you, but I'm probably not going to reach the ground as you pull me along. So I'm like a ribbon or something.
Quickly, to the noise. It sounds dangerous.
It does sound dangerous, and unfortunately, hold on a minute. Before I actually get you guys on it, I also copied over all of our typing. So, it's like, I don't need to know where the Reggae Tavern is on this map, and so on.
What you can do to prevent that from happening is after I put them on the map, you can select them and...
Oh, I need to
send
move
them
it to the other layer. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Good call.
Then they won't get in the way in the future.
All right. Let me... Go ahead, do me a favor, and roll... someone volunteer... Actually, perfect. Tefram, I'm going to have you roll me a 1d6.
Awesome.
But this time, we're going to choose the better instead of the lesser.
Take that, Cody.
I don't think that's good for us.
No, it isn't.
I'm going to say the higher the number, the worse.
Yeah, in this case, it will be. So,
Took that, Cody.
in your face. All right. I am going to... Just bear with me for 2 seconds, and then we'll be good to go. Because I don't want to put you guys over here yet. All right.
Down.
Darkness.
Huh. I may have to turn off the thing because it looks kind of bad. Yeah. Stand by.
Someone can see through a hole.
Oh boy.
Oh boy is right.
Darkness.
There we go.
Ooh.
Don't worry about that. Alright, it's time to roll initiative. Turn order is up.
There.
This is an awesome initiative roll right there.
Dude, that is the greatest.
I'll roll those 2s early on. Hey, Mana, thanks for making me feel better.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
oh no.
Oh man, this is gonna be awful.
What?
Oh, phew. At least there's 3 others higher than the 4 others.
So I rolled 2 for myself, so I will take the
Oh.
lower one.
Yep.
Whoops.
Thanks, Cody.
If we die,
Still better
Cody,
than everyone else here.
18's not bad.
Sorry. It's 19.
Alright.
here.
Alright. Now remember, we have hero points if needed. Alright. Oh. Turn order doesn't seem to be doing its thing.
You have to refresh your API sandbox.
Yeah, let me do that real quick. I hope our viewers are having a blast because this is a lot of fun for me, especially since Cody kind of threw a monkey wrench into the overall plan, but hey, it's...
He's just
Is-
making it more difficult for the players. That's all.
Oh, I know, but it's funny.
Not that you need his help.
Exactly. But I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
I return, beverage in hand.
Back.
All right. This guy is going to see what he's got. Ooh. He's going to take this will be rough terrain, so he's just going to move there, and that's going to be his turn. He doesn't want to get too close to anyone yet. this one. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead and put your guys in whatever position you would be, as I doubt that you would be exactly right there.
Ephraim was probably a little closer to the stalls.
Okay.
Is this where like the things were going on, like the party?
Yeah, it's part of the road. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it works in a pinch.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was just curious, like, would I be at like a tent, or would I be coming up on what was going on?
You would have been coming up with them, at what's
Okay.
going on.
Yeah,
Just
it was
wanted
the
to make sure.
opposite side of town from where you were.
That's what I thought.
Exactly.
I just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure.
All right, this
Yeah,
guy.
I would have stayed behind people.
And he is going to try to do Burning Hands on Tefram. Actually, he can't, because he took 2 actions to get there. And is rethinking himself, so he... Oops. Moves back here. Alright, Tefram, you're up.
Awesome. I heard the explosion. I thought it was additional fireworks going off. So Tefram is still dancing through the streets, coming up around here.
Great.
I'm going to start, dancing in front of the goblin and, give him a fascinating performance.
That is perfect. That's perfection right there. Go ahead.
All right. 1.
Oh.
Oof. Oh.
You might want to re-roll that.
Yeah, you could do a hero point, but you still got to roll twice.
You know what? I'll go for it. I've got hero points. I'll use them.
All right.
We spoke so soon.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was statistically unlikely, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Well, it's probably not a critical failure.
No, it is not. It is
I
not.
doubt
But
the DC is a 19.
no. But that's awesome, though. Nonetheless.
All right, and that's it for Tefram.
All right. All right. Where are you at?
Damn you, Cody.
All right. This goblin. All right. Asher, you're up.
Ooh. Well, so Asher has been fluttering behind Mana, but when his legs can reach the ground, he actually starts passing her by with, increased speed, I guess. He's gonna move up 1, 2, 3, 4. How far can I go? I think 5.
Yeah, you should have 25 speed.
Yeah, I do. I guess I'm going to open with a Great Blast known as Ray of Frost.
Okay. Which one are you going
If I
for?
can see.
Go ahead and ping him for me.
This guy.
Okay.
Not sure if he gets cover from that, but there we go.
Oh, that's a hit.
Good. 3 whole damages. Well, I still have to
Hey.
do.
3 damage is 3 damage.
Damage is damage.
That's right.
That'll be a sin.
All right. Which one is this? Oh, you right there. So this guy squeezes in between the building and backs off to his buddy up here.
Brave goblins.
Yep. And this one walks up and they start whispering to each other. All right, Jack, you're up.
All right. What's it going to take for me to get on top of this building?
Just
Natural 20.
you can use athletics, like if you're pulling yourself up, or acrobatics if you're doing like a parkour type thing.
I attempt to climb to the top of the building.
And you do that.
All right. And then I'm going to move and make another athletics to add to my leap.
Yep.
I add 10 feet.
Okay.
So I leap over this building and pretty much, I think maybe I can make it to the end of the building.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's going to be my turn.
All right. And just know they do not know you're up there because they cannot see you. They're focused on Tefram and the Kobold Azure. Low.
Are we in the same day of the last fight?
So I would say yes. Because you guys went there during the day and got back. So, yeah. Same day.
Okay. Would I have had at least time, because because I can focus to get one of my focus points back?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can definitely do that. That would have only taken 10 minutes, so...
Yeah. And I do it by basically fortune telling and fun stuff like that.
Okay.
So, yeah, I will... Jeez. Not much I can do. I think I can reach this guy. Can I see this guy up here?
Which guy?
Why is it not? Let me click on him. There we go. This one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Moonbeam on him.
All right.
Ooh.
And that'll hit.
Nice. Max damage. And the
Nice.
Yeah, he's like, ah! And his buddy kind of steps back like, what the hell?
and he's I assume it's just a normal success, so it's he's dazzled for 1 round.
Oh, nice.
Like, you don't keep secrets and whisper. And then with my last action, I'm going to jump on the roof because I'm at the 2nd level of my curse. So I have a quick jump and it's like I'm lighter. So let me bring it up. Sorry, I should have had this ready.
Oh, that's all right. Just to go ahead and post it in there.
Yeah. Well, I didn't put the thing is I forgot I didn't put the feats into because I'm considered to have the feats to be able to basically jump easier because I'm hovering off the ground.
Right.
So I don't take a negative for not taking the run, and I can do it as a single action instead of a multiple action for the high jump.
Okay, go ahead.
Although I'm not really good at jumping, but let's see if I can do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like this. You're like, zzz. That's it.
Yep. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, I'll do it next time.
Next time. All right, that's your turn?
Yep.
All right. Mana.
I'm going to try to move about 30 feet closer, or not 30 feet closer, but at the range of 30 feet. So I'm going to go 5, I'm gonna move about right here.
All right.
Oh, I have to actually move to see. That wall is still in the way, so I'm gonna go right here. And then I'm going to shoot this guy with a little bit closer. I'm going to shoot this guy, the elemental tusk. So I kind of rub my finger and like, come on, stone. It has to be a stone. It has to be a stone. So she kind of like tosses it, and then just a ball of fire just comes out of her hand and just
Yep.
right in his face again. And she's like, not again. So let me go ahead.
Has to be a stone.
You're trying all these other type of elemental stuff, and it's like it's always fire.
It's always fire. There we go. Nope, I miss.
Yep.
Final action, just kind of wrap my cloak around me and hope to pray I don't get hit.
Okay. Next is... All right. This guy is feeling a little bit better about his life choices, so he's going to actually move a little closer.
Ooh.
And this guy is now going to attempt he's going to actually do produce flame on Tefram.
Do it. He did it.
He did it.
Yep.
That damaged them.
Yeah, woo. Yeah, so for 1 damage.
Nice. Here for it.
Yeah, and then he's going to kind of step right over here by the cart. On the cart, I guess you could say. Tefram, you're up.
Awesome. So, at this point, watching spells get slung around. Oh, we're fighting. And Tefram is going to use, first action to pull out his star knife. Second action, I'm going to... Let's see how far can I get. Awesome. I'm going to try and run up here, and I'm going to try and tumble through this goblin.
Okay.
So that's going to be an athletics against his reflex.
Or walk
Or
around.
acrobatics, sorry. 15 and 23.
So against this reflex, you do not succeed, so you'll be right in front of him.
All right. And I guess I will use my last action to try and, you know what? I'm just going to try and stab him anyways. I'm already right here.
All right.
I mean, I don't think he's blocking the whole path. You probably
God,
can
that's
around
so
it, but-
depressing.
Yeah. Wow. That crit would have been pretty wicked. Well, he wanted to tumble through so he can get that panache, but...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily about the space. It was about the panache.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I know nothing about that character class at all. Zip, zero, zilch. And that's probably what a lot of viewers do, so maybe explain that as you're doing it. Tumble through his space to gain panache.
Yeah, so to explain it to any viewers who aren't familiar with the swashbuckler, basically depending on what type of swashbuckler you are, you basically have to perform some kind of certain flashy action to, and then once you do so, if you succeed, you gain bonus damage, move speed, and some other small stat bonuses. So, in particular, Tefram is a battle dancer. So if I do performance or if I do tumble through, I get those bonuses and succeed.
Yep. And you would have succeeded.
That won't happen, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
The first roll was a 15, so.
Well, that's true. But that crit, though, would have made everything all right. And unfortunately, the second one is a miss.
Yep.
So.
All right, and that's it for Tefram.
All right.
At least I'm armed now.
And right next to you is the goblin that's going next. So he is going to actually cast Burning Hands on Tefram.
All right, so it's a reflex save. All right, so 5 fire damage.
Yeah. But at least you didn't critically fail, so that's great.
At least I didn't critically fail.
Yeah. And then he's going to swing his pathetic torch, because that's what he has as a weapon.
Not a crit.
2 bludgeoning.
Ow, ow.
And that's his turn. Asher.
Well, Ashir's turn is not going to be much more exciting. He uses 2 actions to grab 2 short swords, and he can only, well, hit with those in close range, so he'll have to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say he goes over there, and awaits some of these goblins to, well, go and attack him, but I think they'll throw some fire at him from range. Sadly.
Understood.
That was his turn.
All right. Well, this one is dazzled currently. So I'm going to have to do a flat check before I can actually see if I do anything. So, and it's for 1 round, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So he is going to take his time and
Haha!
attempt
He cares.
Okay, he can do that. Now he's going to try to attack Azure with his torch.
There.
And
That is not
misses. No, definitely not. That is his turn. This one's like, hey, you idiot. Can't you see? Moves here, and honestly can care less about his guy right there, and he's going to cast Burning Hands.
No. Not burning hands.
So it will actually, let me measure that out.
And who is
All
the
right.
unfortunate one?
Yep. So it's going to be you and this poor Goblin Pyro. So we'll see if he can handle it.
Ooh. You want a reflex save, I guess, right?
Yes.
So close to a critical save.
Oh, man. Yeah. So you'll take 3 damage.
Oh, still? Nah.
Yep. Oh. And he takes 7 damage. He's like, ah! Why'd you do that?
But is he immune to fire?
No. Not this guy. Well, actually, let me check, because I know some have defeat, but I don't think that they do. Nope.
Well,
All right.
bad.
So now it is Jack's turn.
All right, so I'm gonna leap off the roof. Heroically leap off the roof, and I want to try and land with both feet on the handles of the cart because the goblin's standing on it.
Yes.
And make him. I mean, whether he's whatever you feel's best for him, knock him prone or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But what do you want? An athletics check or acrobatics or what?
Either one. Just in the fact. Use either one, so that you can actually.
Okay, they're the same bonus, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
We'll call it acrobatics. Oh yeah, there you go.
So
Success.
yeah. So as you do that, he.
There's a D6 for whatever bludgeoning damage he takes from it.
Yeah. So let me see. I'm going to say physics are. I'm not going to try to do any calculations, but he's literally going to get flipped over and land on this tent onto the ground and take 5 damage. You literally just.
I didn't want to. Okay.
You know what I mean? Because he's not a big
It's hard
stout.
for me to kick him in the air if you move him 20 feet away.
Well, actually, then
all
what
I'm
I
thinking.
well, we can say, this is quick, so he's heading in that direction. So if you want to try to kick him now, then you can.
And then I will unleash a flurry.
All right.
Of attacks against him.
Okay.
First attack misses.
Yep.
Second attack crits for 10. So I'm happy with that.
So I want you guys to see or realize what just happened. You see Jack jump from the roof, land on this cart. He gets flung up in the air, and before he, leaves the area, Jack freaking roundhouses him in the air. And he gets thrown, we'll say, through this tent. He takes 10 damage. Takes 10 from the kick, and then when he lands, he's done. You just see blood smeared all over the tent, and it just the tent slowly collapses.
Oh God.
And then, with my last action, I pop over here to flank this guy with Tefram.
Excellent. All right, Lo, you're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna move here with my first action, and then I should be 30 feet. And then I can cast guidance on 2 people, right? Because it's a 1 action.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll cast guidance on Tefram and on Asher. And be like, I feel as though you guys need a little bit of help on this one.
I just
tell you-
turn back and I'd flash a big smile and give him a thumbs up.
Lo, man, you're so it's so funny because you're really emo, like an emo oracle. You're like, I think you could use this.
It has been foretold.
It's very low key too, though.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no.
Well played.
If I would have picked a ranged attack spell, it might have been helpful.
No. This is actually perfect. I like it. All right. Next, Mana.
I'm going to not miss this time. And I'm going to I'm gonna cast my spell. Produce flame right back at the pyro right here.
All right.
And But fire with fire, I see it, okay. And then I'm just going to shoot him in the face. For some reason, I think. There we go.
Wow.
Nice.
Lots of
All
12s
right.
today.
Yeah. So
10, correct?
yeah, you got that's 10 damage plus 1%. So
Because you crit, he's also got the persistent fire damage too.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what he said. Plus 1 persistent.
Oh, okay.
So
Apparently
yep.
death.
poor guy is on fire.
Yes. And while he's on fire, I'm going to use my last action to glance over at Jack and guide him.
Nice.
You got this, Jack.
Guidance to Jack.
Or to me.
I don't seem to I don't make any indication that I have understood that you were talking to me. Because that's not really my name.
I know. That's not my name. That's not my name. Sorry. Sorry. It just pops into my head. Happens sometimes.
Tefram is singing "That's Not My Name" and dancing right now.
Yes. Yes. That is expected. So this goblin is like, he just watched his buddy get roundhouse kicked out of the sky and land into a bloody pile in the tent, and comes through. And tries to attack Mana.
He jumps on top of her.
Uh-oh.
Well, hits. Your AC is 15, so that's a crit, but it does well, it'll do 2. Since it's rolling it, I'll say it does 2 damage, since it's a crit. So, Mana takes 2 damage, and that is it. Oh, and an additional 1 fire for the crit. That guy is gone. Boop. Tefron, you're up.
Awesome. So I'm going to use my first action. Give me 1 second here. Just want to double check which set. So I'm going to try to tumble through him to like. I want to basically tumble through and circle back into the same spot.
Okay. Nice.
So
He MC Hammer dances. I want to put that
Yes. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Just goes back and forth.
So I'm assuming that I bounce off of him.
You
and
do.
I'm going to try it again.
Okay.
18.
You actually... I believe that's against his reflex?
Yeah.
No, you still do not.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right, last action. Because I'm in this flanking position and I cannot give up such a good opportunity, here I come to stab.
Remember,
Makes sense.
You're getting a +1.
Well, yeah, did I get a plus
Well,
one?
it's the next time you want to use it.
Oh,
You just
all
have
right.
to say you're using it.
Yeah, so I'll use it on this.
Well,
Yeah.
because we're talking about it, if you would like, I will allow that first one. Or not, yeah, the first of the second, the 18, because the
Okay.
19 would meet it.
Awesome. Nice. Okay, so I've got panache for this attack.
Yep.
So does an 18 hit him while he's flat-footed?
Yes.
Nice. All right, so it's going to do a d4 plus 2. Or plus 3. For 5 damage.
All right.
All right, and that's it for me.
Was it like extra damage?
Yeah, that should be the extra. Because it does the 5 damage as well, piercing from the weapon. He's like, ah!
Oh, whoops, it rolled it right there already. Okay, so it's... Roll 20's being funny for me. But okay.
Oh,
it's
gotcha.
rolling a d4 plus 1, so I just...
Oh, the
don't
D4
know.
plus 1 is my standard damage, so I had the panache, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Next. The one that's surrounded. Well,
So did it take 10 damage or just 5?
You should have just taken 5.
just 5?
So your
Okay.
panache gives you 2 extra damage?
Yes.
Gotcha.
You know,
Okay.
honestly, I would put that into the character sheet so that you could choose whether or not to do normal plus 1 or plus 2.
Yeah, I think I'll just have to
Or add
build
the
a
plus
third
2.
Star Knife, because I've got my regular one, and then I've got one for my Confident Finisher.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I've got regular
I mean,
panache.
you could put in a query that does the additional damage block if you wanted to.
Yeah. That would probably be the best way to do it.
Alright, he is going after Tefram. Going to try to. And he is going to miss with his torch. And miss again.
Beautiful. Just got those fast, dancy feet.
And he's going to try to get away.
I mean, you really didn't go with, you can't touch this?
Oh, oh, missed opportunity, but it was still said, so I'm good.
I got the save.
Alright, Azure, you're up.
Right, let's use that guidance. With one of my swords, I'll strike this goblin in front of me.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that
Oh,
would be too far. Oh yeah.
okay.
Great.
Oh, you know what? I forgot. So, do you want to use the Critical Role deck that I have put the tables into play? So
I
you
mean,
still
sure, yeah, let's use it.
so for and is it piercing or using slashing?
Slashing, why not?
All right. So you're going to do normal damage. So you're only going to do 4 slashing damage to him. Oh well, it doesn't matter because he's
He's
dead.
dead.
Yeah, I just looked. I was like, I'm like, doesn't matter. But he would also
Leave
take
that
that same, the same damage for the next 2 turns. So as he's walking away, he would take another 4 and another 4. So.
He's having convulsions on the ground while he's dead.
Yeah, so it's like, how is he still losing life? He
Can I
still
have my
is.
critical hit thing with my fire spell?
Yeah, whenever you do it, then yes. I forgot about it, and but yes, this is an option now.
Whenever you roll an attack, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going for my second strike on this last goblin here, the top left.
All right. That's not going to do it.
11 is...
Yeah.
Well, this is a good try.
All right.
That's my 3 actions.
And this one you just put down. And this one is, well, hold on. Let me get,
Burning.
Burn.
there we go.
Sounds
I'll
good.
put them on the pile of the other goblins. And this one is going to attack with Produce Flame. And then he's going to take his persistent damage. And he
On me,
misses
no.
you.
One hit. Yeah.
And he's struggling, so he's going to swing his torch and still miss. He's now going to take up to 1d4 persistent.
It's hard to focus when you're on fire, so it's.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to see if he can shake it. Yep. So.
Oh, he does. Well, I've got a kill on my name.
He's got a stabby lizard in front of him, though.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And he watched him, like, slice through his buddy, which I guess it really wasn't his buddy since he lit him on fire, too. He's in his way. All right. Jack, you are up.
I move down and do a quick little flurry of blows with my bow staff and a kick.
All right.
Bow staff's I'm gonna expend a hero point on that one because, quite honestly, that's pathetic.
I understand.
So let's see if the bow staff can connect. 16.
16 is going to miss.
Sad.
Yep.
All right.
But did you use your guidance, or was that only for the next?
I didn't say I used it, so I'll use it
Okay.
now. I'll try and minimize this.
If you use it now, then you hit.
Well, no, I'm going to use it with this attack.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I still
And-
hit.
Yep, that's a hit. And he's like, ah! He got like a foot to the face or something. He's not feeling good.
And then, let's see, move, flurry, and another strike.
Get him.
Maybe. No,
Nope.
just miss.
Yeah, barely. Lo, you see two goblins kind of running in your direction. So, well, one running away in your direction. The other one ran up to Bana.
He's gonna move over to here. Actually, I lied. Sorry. He's gonna cast guidance on Tefram first.
awesome.
Then
Have
he's
you
gonna
already?
move.
Didn't you
Oh wait,
just do
I
that last
have
turn?
already been guidance.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's-
do guidance.
Oh.
Once per hour.
Yeah, once per hour.
Now,
You can
if,
do it every round, but you can only do the same person once every hour.
Yeah.
now, considering you were guided by Mana, can I not guide you now?
I can accept your guidance.
Okay. So I'm gonna, I'll hit you with it, move over here, and then hit Mana with it.
See, what does it say? If
Who-
the target uses a bonus, the spell ends. Either way, the target is then temporarily immune for 1 hour. I don't know. That's your call, James. Is it per caster or per spell?
I would say per caster.
Okay.
Mine's a different guidance. Mine's letting you slightly see into the future so you can hit them better.
Yeah. Slightly.
Slightly. All right. And that's your turn?
Yes.
All right. Mana, you're up.
Turn that around. And I'm going to cast. I'm going to imagine the lightning coming out of my hands. Come on. Come on, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp. No. Actually, I lied. I'm going to cast Cone. A cone around. What I think now.
Oh, you're going after both of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cone of stones.
15-foot cone.
So I'm going to cast Burning Hands.
All right. Let's see if they can make this reflex.
That's a massive burning hands. That's
I know, right? I know. First one makes it, but that's alright. Still taking half damage.
Still 6.
Yeah, they
Still 6.
still 6. So
Make him think twice.
that one. And that one collapses.
Nice.
So this Pyro was like kind of blocking some of the fire, taking the damage, but it went around him and engulfed his buddy next to him, and he collapsed.
Then my last action, I'm going to wrap my cloak around me to defend myself.
All right. All right. This goblin, wow, saw his friend fall, so he's going to, of course, go after you. Try to. It's going to cast Produce Flame. 23 to hit.
Ouch.
And that hits, but it's only 2 fire damage on you, Mana. So 2 damage. And then he's going to step back.
It's okay, I'm apparently immune to fire. Cool.
Yeah, apparently that fire, I'm just not rolling well for that. So rolling well to hit, not rolling any damage. Tefram, you are up.
All right, awesome. I am going to come running over here so that I can hit this guy.
All right.
Just make sure that I've got my... And I am going to use my Confident Finisher. So I'm going to throw the star at him.
A reach weapon, or are you throwing it?
I'm throwing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that's going to be a miss.
Yep.
Well,
all right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's... Yeah.
Since you had to roll twice, yeah.
Yeah. All right, and I'm going to go for it again with the second attack. Hope for the best.
I mean,
All right.
don't you have hero points?
Yeah.
Yep.
just don't-
No, I think I've used them both.
Oh, okay.
Well, then you should get rid of them.
I should get rid of them on here. All right, and that is it for me.
All right. This one is gone. I'm going to put him in the pile. Azure, you're up.
Ooh, this time we'll go for a quick pierce of this short sword. Same throw, however. Does it hit? No.
That does not hit.
Don't. I'm gonna try again.
Oh,
No.
Oh,
that too does not hit.
This is frustrating, but I'm gonna try with a third hit. No.
Well, the good thing is that it was better than number 2, so.
I rolled a 9.
Oh, man.
Still cool.
All right. So he is going to...
Do it. Kill it. I mean, oh.
All right, going to try to just attack because he's not feeling very happy about his produced flame.
Can I
Not
use nimble dodge? I
Yeah.
have nimble dodge. Not sure if I should say that beforehand. I'm not sure if it will do.
no, you could say it. It's a reaction after, but
Sure.
yeah. Funny thing is,
Ah.
I don't think he was going to hit you
Wouldn't have
anyway.
hit.
16, yeah.
Wow.
Second attack.
A natural 20.
Well, we'll see. 18?
18 hits.
Yeah. So 2 bludgeoning and 1 fire damage.
No.
And
I'm taking
lastly,
some, blows.
oh,
Wow.
Ouch.
so it's a crit, but it's not a crit because he would have missed you, so it's just a hit. So you get 1 bludgeoning and 1 fire. And that is his turn.
That damage, though.
Yeah, he's just picking those hit points off. All right, Jack, you're up.
All right. I kind of tumble over his buddy,
Yeah.
and then using my guidance, I attempt to grab the little sniveling creature.
All right.
Ooh, 24. Does that beat his fortitude? DC?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
I have him. Does it critically beat it?
It doesn't, almost.
Okay. So then I have him grabbed until the end of my next turn, or unless I move, or the target escapes.
Wait, now you said
I grabbed him.
yeah, but you said guidance, right?
Yeah, I used guidance, which would make it a 25.
Yeah.
No, I
So
included it.
oh, did you?
It's a
Okay.
24.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to make sure. All right. Well, he is poor guy.
He's grappled.
He was just living his best goblin life, and
I
there
used
you
my
guys.
last action to. Who sent you? Where are you from? What are you doing?
Let me go. All right, low.
I'm going to move up to this guy. And
Tickle him.
how do you know what I was going to do? Get out of my head. Do chilling touch.
Wow. Okay, that's a hit.
Wait. There's something weird about that.
Chill touch should be a saving throw now.
It's a saving throw. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I must have clicked attack.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So fortitude. Let's see.
He's also flat-footed as well
Yeah.
as immobilized. So, but that's just a fortitude save.
It's so weird that it's chilling touch. It's touch range, but it's a fortitude save.
And he fails.
So it deals damage equal to D4 plus your spellcaster modifier. So 7 damage.
Nice.
At least you didn't kill him. You probably would have upset me if you'd killed him.
I know. he's holding him,
Trying
and
to
you're
get some answers. And
Yeah.
You're just killing him.
Well, he's enfeebled 1 for 1 round. That's. Oh no, that's not a critical. Really. Never mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not enjoying himself right now. And he's actually fighting back less after that. All right, Mana.
I don't know about holding actions. Is there a way I can hold a produce flame action until he talks?
If you want to ready an action, it costs you 2 actions to pick a trigger and an action.
Yeah.
But that
It's a
doesn't
single
change
action,
your
yeah.
that doesn't change your initiative order. If you want to delay, you just take your turn after someone else's turn whenever they complete their actions.
Yeah.
Okay,
You can't
so
ready a
if
2-action
I-
spell, right?
It's a
Yeah,
2-action spell.
Yeah. Typically, I don't think you
I don't think you can ready.
you
it
can't
has to
ready
be
a 2-action. It
single
has to be a
action.
single action.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so I was about to, rub my hand again. I was about to kill that goblin that I raffled, but I was like, nope! And I turn around and just throw it at the other pyro.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Spells, produce flame. Pew!
Oh, good.
Yep.
Nice.
That's a hit. And and he just goes, ah, and just kind of falls to the ground, and you just see smoke. All right.
And then I'm going to move in, surrounding him, and I'm going to like hold my hand to his face and kind of like just wait there. Just like, I'm gonna do it. You don't answer.
He's just, after, looking around, seeing all of his friends, or, technically his co-workers, acquaintances, he sees that they're all, indisposed, and
family members, but
yeah.
That's
Well,
what I
for
was
this, no, that they're not family. This is just a, part of a gang that was hired to do all this stuff. So they're not, and he just kind of gives up.
yeah, and I'm interrogating him.
All right, let me. You guys are out of combat.
I need the
Nice.
answers.
So, the interrogation can begin.
So I'll stand here, and I'll have like the chill touch ready, so it's like fire and cold. Threatening him.
That's terrible. It's like light them up, cool them down.
Like the produced flame is kind of coming toward, like every round is almost going to come and you can feel the heat, but it like disperses. Like,
It's like having a
As I see
micro.
what my companions are doing, I move him and shield him with my body from their attacks,
intimidations.
Yeah.
intimidations, which quite truthfully bother me more than I think it bothers the goblin. I'm just appalled at the ruthlessness of both Mana and Lo in this situation. I mean, the creature's already extremely beaten down. It's got this big martial artist basically holding it with one hand, because I still have my bow staff in my other hand.
Yeah.
And I just pivot him around me to put myself bodily between him and them. And quickly, you must answer. Who sent you on this mission?
I don't know.
Is
It's
the goblin now next to Tefrum?
What's that?
Well, I mean, Jack and the Goblin maybe sharing the same space. I mean, it's a small
Yeah, it would be.
Okay, I
Yeah.
was just trying to understand that maneuver.
It's
You're
not a
surrounded by
tactical
allies.
map
Oh, no.
maneuver. It's a more of a cinematic maneuver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mana lowers her arms and is like, sorry. And she kind of like tucks it under her cloak.
I mean, and let's face it. I know that some of you haven't had that experience in this battle, but I believe Jack or Unknown has been in many battles and has learned to, kind of know when to fight and when to use diplomacy. So,
Even if he doesn't know, he knows.
yeah,
He knows,
exactly. Yeah, it's exactly. So
Aggressive diplomacy is still diplomacy.
it is. It is.
I'm not
So-
actually skilled in either of those, diplomacy or intimidation. So I don't know which you would want me to roll.
So it's like
Well, you're the good cop, so you have to roll diplomacy.
it's like
We
I'm
were
gonna
the
roll
bad.
diplomacy, and then you roll, and you're like, look, I made a crane. It's like, is this supposed to help? So, you guys set him down. He's very winded and hurt, but he says, "I'm already dead." It's like, as soon as I tell you who sent us, it won't matter. And
If you don't, I don't think it's going to matter anyway.
well, maybe you guys can actually stop him.
Not
All
if
I
you
know
don't
of
who he is.
the only thing I've heard is the nickname Phase Knight. Just because he can phase in and out.
He cuts him off. Wait, it's almost like he can attack from a distance, even though he's using a melee weapon.
Exactly. Yeah, he pretty much kicked some of our chieftain's ass, and we had to work for him.
It's like, did he destroy your village then?
Yeah, simply, yeah.
I saw this.
And he looks and he's like,
Yes.
this goblin rolls his eyes, he's like, just kill me now. This guy's irritating me. He saw this. I was there.
I think you have a larger part to play, my friend. I think Jack here was going about it the right way.
Why were you sent to this? To Nurmurvank? Why this city? Why this town?
We heard that there's some magical stuff that they have here, some artifacts, and he wanted me to get it.
What sort of artifacts
kind of-
were you searching for?
Exactly.
He mentioned a gear or something, or several gears. I don't know.
The plot thickens. Get the town guard. We'll have this goblin locked up and tried properly.
No, I think we need him to come with us.
Oh, I'm not carrying him. He stinks.
We can
That
give him
he
a shower.
does. That he does right now.
We
think
can
he
ask
might have
Twario
done
to give him a
something.
bath, perhaps.
What was that about Twario?
Perhaps we can ask Twario to give him a bath.
Yes, I think penance is the best way to fix what he did wrong.
I take him by the scruff of his jerkin
Mm-hmm.
and I hand him to Lo.
And I'm picturing that Lo is still kind of hovering, and may have
Yeah.
some and have glowing eyes. So he's kind of
Yeah,
freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, and he'll be like, stand still, and then he's actually gonna heal him up.
All right.
So I'm gonna do a medicine check.
You're out of spells. That's right. I was gonna say 3 action heal. Just get everybody. Ooh,
No. I am
get hero point that
using
one.
a hero point.
You're like, all right, you're gonna help us. Boom, he's dead. What?
See, look,
There you go. 48. He's full health.
Oh my god. That was priceless. Oh.
Critical fail to critical success.
Oh my god. That would have been so funny. You're like,
It would have been funny.
oh my god.
Then we wouldn't have had to deal with the goblin either. I would have just let him die.
I know you're like, well, it's over. It's a done deal.
There goes that storyline.
Oh man. All right.
okay, so I heal him up, and I'm like, you'll join us and make amends for what happened. I see you're going to be on the path of righteousness.
I don't know what. Has your friend been eating some weird mushrooms? Because he just sounds kind of weird.
So at that point, he's going to cast Read Aura,
Okay.
and then he's going to start picking. He's like, I'm just fixing your aura for just a moment here. And he starts picking at his aura. He's like, this will help.
So, when you're reading Aura, one of the things that you do notice that actually, out of all the goblins that were here attacking and looking for things, the other ones were pretty much on board. They were like, hell yeah, because they believed that their chieftain was too weak. So they were die hard, into it. But when he talked about the chieftain, you noticed that he was getting a little sad. So you kind of have the feeling that he was close to the chieftain or whatnot.
Like, we can help get your village back.
Now the village it's a loss. The only ones that are alive are the ones that say that they're going to follow him into battle.
I'm like, the village is not lost. And I point at his heart. I'm like, the village is here.
No, seriously, is this guy fucking on shrooms?
Jack has already started to meander away, having visions of this phase night that has been described. Does it match that vision recollection that he had earlier?
100%. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Exactly. The armor was kind of glowing. His sword was glowing. And it just looked like pure energy.
Huh.
And I think this is a
Ashir is
perfect...
looting in the meanwhile.
What's that?
Sorry. Ashir is looting in the meanwhile.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say right before we end, I
Treasure.
think we're gonna end very similar to last time, where I'm gonna heal my allies that have been injured,
Yep.
just to make sure we don't forget to do it at the beginning. So
Well, at the very beginning, every time I drag your tokens off, I always full heal because
oh, okay,
yeah, you guys will be situated.
gotcha.
Beautiful.
So the townspeople, they come back out and they're all excited. They're like, yeah, extremely happy that the heroes have saved them once again, and their local law enforcement come. They come and take the goblin away just to get information from him, and then if the next day, if you would like, then they will release him to you if you need his assistance.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lo will definitely go for that.
Because they didn't kill anyone in the store. They were just ransacking it and trying to find something. So, yeah.
Ugh, damn looters.
I know, right?
And we murdered them. Yeah.
So I think this is actually a perfect spot to stop at. So I wanted to thank everyone for joining us. Thank our players. And what I'd like to do is give another thanks to Roll20 for being a sponsor for Roll the Roll. At Roll20, that's how we roll. And I wanted to pass it over to our players to kind of plug anything that they're currently working on. Let's start off with you, Ben. You have anything in the works?
Yeah. As always, I've got another session of my Abomination Vaults game this week. If you guys want to check that out, we'll be playing Thursday night. We're starting to dig a little deeper into the story. Sure to be a good time.
Excellent. Yeah, Abomination Vault is really cool, so definitely check it out. All right, Azure or Robin, what do you got going on?
Well, not much. I'll be playing on Friday, the Agents of Edgewatch, and I'm playing a champion there. That's great.
And I too will be joining you on that. Yeah, Agents of Edgewatch has been a quite interesting AP, so definitely come check us out during that time.
Yeah.
All right. So switching over to good old Lo, aka. So, do you have anything planned? Anything to plug?
No, just all my primary gaming's offline. Eventually, you get back into some other stuff, and I'll let you guys know when I'm up to that.
Awesome. Mina, you got anything going on?
Yeah, I'm actually planning on streaming again. I say that like every week, but since it is summer vacation, I am planning on revamping my stream. I have a new VR headset, so I'll probably do some VR headset kind of games. Not sure what. And I also play on Sundays the Monster of the Week. I play Edgar, and I think that's it actually. You can find me at MinaSanuki30 on Twitch. So hopefully you'll see me there.
Awesome.
Cool.
And Philip.
I don't have any events to plug, but I do know a lot of people are starting to get back into physical real world gaming with other people. And if you wanted to say have a really cool dice tower, you could check out my Facebook page, Gnome Work Games, or Gnome Works Games at Facebook, and see some of the really cool Fates in dice towers that I can print and ship out to you.
That's badass. I do miss using my dice towers. I mean, hell, I just miss using my dice.
I think everyone does.
Yeah, definitely. So, as some of them mentioned, we have Abomination Vault, and we also have Ages of Edgewatch, as well as the Monster of the Week campaign. Now, on Saturday, I know that they had their other campaign, but wasn't available this past Saturday, and that's Age of Ashes. So hopefully that'll be back on Saturday as well. And that's really all I've got. So thanks for joining us, and everyone have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys. Take it easy.
All right.
That was pretty